Hey guys, what's up? It's Fariz, and today we're taking a look at the Moyu Weilong GTS 3M, Moyu's newest and greatest flagship. So then, does it outweigh the competition, or is it just a poor excuse for a flagship? Let's find out. The Moyu Weilong GTS 3M is a 56mm puzzle which has the infamous ridges, more on that later. It weighs 92 grams and was released on the 26th of June. It can only be found in stickerless in fluorescent full bright shades, which is the typical Moyu stickerless shades, which is comparable to the GE shades. The puzzle claims to have amazing grip thanks to the ridges, but that's just wrong, since you need ridges to form a divot where your finger naturally falls into, thus the better grip. However, that isn't the case here. At this point, it's just a waste of 0.5mm since each ridge takes up 1/4 of a millimeter to the overall dimensions. Many people like the ridges and some think it helps in grip, but mostly it's just skepticism or placebos. It doesn't aid in any way as far as I've seen, and the only scenario to use this would be in a 54mm puzzle where it covers all sides of the cube. If you ask me, the ridges are just an aesthetic bonus that makes the cube look unique. The only downside is the difference in dimensions, which really annoys some people. Other than that, the cube has really well thought out internals. Every loop track and extension is there with a purpose, and it really delivers. The edges have this dual torpedo design while the corners have triple ridges, and these go in hand literally, since the extrusion on the bottom of the edge easily hooks onto the corner base, limiting twists and pops. The corner has a lip on the base and it goes right under the skirt-like extension on the lower end of the centers, which serve as another surface for loop to act upon and decrease friction. Not to mention, this completely eliminates any sort of pops, at-my tensions, and any sort of corner twists, which are perfect. Are the best balance I could reach between speed and stability. The core has been revamped since the GTS2 and is now made of primary plastic, and the Moyu culture tool has been redesigned to match this as well. Another flaw is the obnoxious spring noise that comes out from the cube when you take it right out of the box, and in select few cubes, it's going to damage the internals in the long term if it's not set up or dealt with. The cube was really dry and uncontrollable right out of the box and was way too unstable to call usable. The cube came with an accessories box which had the Moyu culture tools, a mini Moyu screwdriver, a pair of Team Moyu cards, and a pamphlet, along with a manual on how to use the showcase box of the GTS3. The box is a transparent box with a black plate on the bottom, and there are two ways of keeping the cube: in the box or on the makeshift stand that's included on the bottom, which works just like the DAS do to connect. Align the extrusions and push. Now you have a really nice looking Instagram worthy puzzle. I still love you, Cam. Now the most exciting feature of this cube is the duo adjustment system. You line up the extrusions and then you twist to your desired tensions. Among the 8 available tensions, I use the 8th tick, as some like to call it. I tensioned the screw just below the circumference of the DAS and lubed it with a lot of Traxxas 50K both in the core and the pieces. This eliminated the spring noise completely, and I also put in the Moyu loops V1 and V2 into the tracks. This proved to be very effective in giving the cube a very stable, fast, and soft feel with a crunchy overlay. The cube was like a 354M and a GTS1 combined. It retains the flexibility of the GTS1 and all the positives of the GTS2. The magnets in this puzzle are the strongest I've felt in a 3x3, and it works really well paired with the extremely fast turning, unlike some other cubes that do this. Bulk Power M? What's that? I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, the corner cutting is 45 degrees and line to line in reverse. So in the end, this cube grants anyone the ability to work at their full potential, and I average the same with this as I do with my 354M. So if you want to see a comparison video on the two, click the eye in the top right corner to be redirected to my comparison video. In conclusion, the Moyu Weilong GTS 3M is a fantastic puzzle which I'll be using as my backup main from now on. Anyways, that's it for today's video, guys, and if you liked it, you know which buttons to press, and if you didn't, well, I guess you can dislike as well. But with that set aside, I'll see all you beautiful people in the next video.